Well, hello everyone. I'm very happy to have you joining me. My name is Deborah Clark and I'm your virtual career coach. I'm very happy to have you with me today for this weekly Wednesday online career success class. I'm going to go ahead and start the broadcast now and just let me do my screen share with you. Happy to have you here. So here we are, and our topic for this week is it's go time. So I've asked for you to be typing in some of your greatest career challenges this week, and thank you for taking some time to do that. And throughout the time that we spend here together, if you've got questions, please in the chat box, drop me your question. We'll try to answer those questions for you today, and any that I'm not able to answer today, I'm happy to answer by email with you as well. So the topic for this week is it's go time. So we're going to be covering off, I'll go through all of these 7 key success factors with you today, tell you a little bit about each one. We're going to go into a little bit more detail about what you can expect in key success factor 1, which is your success mindset you, and key success factor 2, authentic mindset you. And next week we'll go into key success factor 3. So in the month of June, you're going to cover off all 7 key success factors. It's go time. So what do I mean by that? Well, maybe you're unsure if your chosen major is the right path for you. Maybe you're unsure what career path you should take, or maybe you've had your break and now it's go time. It's time for change. So in the next 30 days, it's time to get confident in your career direction. It's time to build some strong business mindset muscle to attract the right employers. It's time to hone in your knowledge and skills required with some of the natural leadership talents that you already have and the natural interests that you already have. And it's time to learn more about yourself so you can make better career decisions. So it's very much time to be accountable. It's time to be proactive in that job search. This entire online program is all about being proactive in your job search and really getting the career and the job that is going to help you live the life that you want to live. So it is a 7 key success factor program for graduates. The majority of you on the webinar with me today have already registered in the 7 key success factors for graduates program, and I'm really wanting these weekly classes to help motivate you to get through the program in the next 30 days. That's going to be how it helps you most. So I want to hold you accountable to be proactive to get this done in the next 30 days. For those of you who have not yet registered for Key Success Factors for Graduates program, I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that today for a special offer. I'll talk more about it at the very end, but I'm going to just display on the screen here that you're going to have instant access for the next 20 minutes as we go through the class together to register for that special offer that we have today. So here's your challenge. You're going to complete the 7 key success factors for graduates so you get career clarity, you understand a little bit more about yourself and the career direction that you should be going. And you're going to finish this by the end of the 30 days, by the end of key success factor 7, with a personal action plan that will help you to secure an awesome job. You're going to do that with confidence, and you're going to do that, it's going to enable you to start at a higher starting salary. That's really the ultimate goal of this. It's also time for me to kick up my responsibility to you. So it's time for me to hold you accountable to own your worth. And this is the month we're going to do it. And I say we because I'm right here with you. If you didn't complete a survey that was sent out to you in your email broadcast in the last few days, please do that now. It gives me an idea where the majority of you are in your school to full-time work progression that you're going through right now. So please go to one of the past email broadcasts from me and take that short 6-question survey. It does really help me out relating to you. So let's get started. First, I'll go through an overview of the 7 key success factors so you have an idea of what to expect going through the entire program, and then I'll talk a little bit more about KSF1 and KSF2. So what are key success factors, or KSFs? KSF is a terminology that we use in the business world to describe the combination of important facts that are required, and typically in a specific order, to accomplish one or more of your desired business goals. I want to help you to apply that same critical thinking to your life and your career after graduation. I want you to think of your career as a business. You're the product, you're the main asset. So here's an overview. This is what I call an infographic, and it's an overview of all 7 of the key success factors. So you're going to start with key success factor 1, and that's you and your success mindset. You're building an asset in you. You're not just earning an income. You are the asset, you are the product that's going through this journey. And your career can be thought of as the business. So we're going to spend more time talking about key success factor 1 today. Key success factor 2 is all about you and your authentic mindset. It's okay to be you. I want you to integrate your career vertically into your life, not the other way around. So I want you to understand the life that you want to live and then how you will integrate your career vertically. Key success factor 3 is about you and your money mindset. So I'm all about having you own your worth. There'll be a lot of talk about money mindset and owning your worth in the marketplace. I want you to understand what you're worth in the marketplace because you usually underestimate what that really is. But then I'm also going to talk to you about growing lean. And I've got some what you could call plug and play type cash flow and budget spreadsheets. You can put your own information in and you can start to figure out what it's going to cost you to live on your own and what kind of salary you would have to earn in order to live the way you want to live. Key success factor 4 is getting to know your customers. And I do this because this is really an entrepreneurial approach to your career search, right? So knowing your customers is the niche that you want to work in, the industry, the type of company. And it's really important that you like either that customer in that niche or that industry or the colleagues that you're working beside. So you either are liking the environment with the colleagues that you're working beside, the customers. Ideally, you're liking both. And that's not something that we give a lot of thought of early in our careers, but it's something that's very, very important. So know your customer, know your niche, know where you're going to be most comfortable working. You're spending a lot of time with your colleagues and customers, and it's really important that you're comfortable there in that environment. Key success factor 5 is knowing your product, and this is more about you. You have to know your strengths. It's important that you're different out there in the marketplace, what makes you different, and you have to be the kind of person that can be looked upon to find solutions. So on one hand, it's important that we can identify risks and problems that are out there, but we should also be equally prepared to have solutions to those problems when we find them. So key success factor 5 is all about knowing you and as the product. In key success factor 5, there's another infographic. It's a colorful graph, pictorial graph, if you like, of all of your key strengths. So all the exercises and things that you've done, the results of all that comes together in a beautiful infographic that's available for you, and it's a summary of the marketable skills and traits that you have that your employers will see. So I'm really excited for you to get to that point and see that come together. In key success factor 6 is all about you and your connector mindset. So once you've established what's the best career direction for you, you understand the kind of life that you want to be living, you know how to own your worth, then it's time to get out there and start connecting. Start telling people what you're looking for. And it's key success factor 6 and that connector mindset is all about networking and how to become the right person at the right place at the right time. And key success factor 7 is where we summarize it all up. And you're going to learn through action. You're going to learn how to put all of the work that you've done up until that point into action with a beautiful performance management model. It's going to help you to continue on with this process. So I just don't want to leave you hanging at key success factor 7. I want you to be able to continue using this as you go along in your career. It's really important, and you'll learn by the end of this, it's really important that you invest in yourself. You invest time and you invest money in yourself to grow. And each time that I've done that in my career, it has catapulted me to the next level. So it's very important that life is the journey. There is no final destination, that you know that. And it's important also that you acknowledge your achievements and share your success along the way. So there's a little bit of pay it forward as well. So this is an awesome journey. It's a fun journey. I'm excited to be able to go through it with you. I know that you're going to experience change as you go through this journey with me. So let's dive right in. Key success factor 1, you and your success mindset. Key success factor 1 solves the problem of where to start. I don't know where to start. I hear that so often from students. And knowing that you have to believe in you before anyone else will. And it's really easy after graduation when you've been on top of the world, there's been lots of accolades, you're feeling great, and then it's like, what's next? And you don't know where to start. And very quickly, in a few short months, you can start to, self-doubt starts to creep in, and you start to feel a little bit anxious, and you're not sure who's going to want you in the marketplace, or what you should be working at, and you start diminishing your value in the marketplace. So key success factor 1 is a solid foundation. It's also probably one of the most rigorous playlists. So I call each of the key success factor numbers, I call them each a playlist. So key success factor 1 is a playlist. And in that playlist, there will be some videos and there'll be some exercises. And key success factor 1 is probably one of the most rigorous. I'll talk to you a little bit more in a minute here about what exactly is involved. But it's so important to have this foundation because you have to believe in you before anyone else will. My objective for you with key success factor 1 is to help you define what success truly means to you. So again, just a really, really important foundation. So reminding you that the asset that we're building is you, and I want to make sure that the gifts that you have to give the world get explored, and we explore them and figure that out fast. So this is giving you a fast track in the next 30 days to figure out what career direction you need to be going in. And it's going to start with key success factor 1. And how do we do that? Well, there's all kinds of done for you templates and exercises that absolutely work. They've stood the test of time. For the last 15 years, I've been working with students, and specifically students in different general business programs, and helping them to launch some amazing careers. But prior to that, I've done a lot of motivational speaking and developed training programs for years as a young entrepreneur. So these are exercises that have absolutely stood the test of time, and I'm happy to share them with you during this training. So in this particular playlist, there are 6 videos, and the videos will range from 7 to 14 minutes each. So you take them in little clippets and then do the work, the exercise that's involved with each. The topics that you're going to cover in Key Success Factor 1, the first one is eliminating that wicked fraud factor feeling. And I deal with that right off the beginning because so many, right after graduation, when you kind of felt again on top of the world, you've got all the accolades, you're feeling really good about what you've done, and then you go out there to sell yourself to that employer and you're thinking, this is really sink or swim. I've actually had some students describe that to me. They get on with a great employer and they come back to me and they say, Deb, it was really like sink or swim. I was sitting around a boardroom table, they give me a project, I go away and I analyze some stuff and come back with some recommendations, and they actually do this. They're listening to me, and there's that little bit of fraud factor feeling like, can I really do this? But believe me, you really can. And your youth and your quick thinking and your innovative minds and your creative minds are absolutely wanted in the marketplace. So I want you to totally eliminate that wicked fraud factor feeling, and I've got a great exercise that's going to help you do that. And the other thing that I'll say about this one in particular is that I have had some students who have gone through this entire program, so all 7 key success factors, and got an amazing job. The one young man that I'm thinking of in particular that told me he's going to go back and review this wicked fraud factor feeling right back to key success factor 1 and review that video again, because this is what happened. The transition was so amazing going through the program. He ended up landing a position that was about $15,000 more than what he started out thinking he'd be looking for, even what some of the initial offers were that he had turned down. And he was all ready to move and start with this new employer, and then he was starting to feel that little bit of fraud factor, like, am I really good enough to do this? And when that self-doubt creeps in, go right back to this video and watch it again, because you can absolutely do that. So that's a great thing about these videos and these playlists, is that you always have them as now a resource in your library to go back at any particular time. So some of these videos and exercises will be more relevant to you at one time or another, but I want you to go through the entire program in the next 30 days first and then go back and do them for a second time when you need them later in your life. The second video that you're going to go through is exploring the most successful person you know. This is a really interesting exercise, and I've done this with community leaders, people of all different ages. It really has you define what success means to you when you start talking about the most successful person that you know. I'm also going to have you write a 10-year letter to yourself. So the most successful people are people who are thinking a little bit in advance. And certainly in business, we're not doing strategic plans anymore 10 years into the future because that's too far. But when it comes to your own life and how you envision your life, you can definitely look 10 years into the future. And then when you get there, you look beyond again. You're going to be drafting your own personal success chart in this playlist. And another equally valuable tool that you're going to go back to time and time again is a problem-solving chart that I have, and also an opportunity chart that I have. And each of them use a bit of an analytical approach to go through the pros and cons of a problem. The other thing that you're going to do in this playlist is you're going to think about some past bad experiences. So you're going to think about some bad experiences that are memories that you've got in your head. And through the exercise, you're going to be able to write down what are the strengths that you gained because of that bad experience. What are the strengths that you've gained because of that bad experience? And so what happens in the future is that you get to, whenever that memory or that problem creeps up in your mind, you get to go back and think of the strength rather than the problem. Okay, so that's a very, very powerful exercise to go through. So you're going to enjoy it. It's quite, and as I said before, Key Success Factor 1 is pretty heavy stuff. It's going to be a lot for you to get through, but absolutely essential from a foundational perspective for you to go through this material. So part of every playlist is an attitude awareness action toolkit. I love this toolkit. My exercises always come in 3 parts. There's an attitude type exercise, there's an awareness exercise, so awareness of skills and knowledge, and action. Okay, so all the exercises will give you something to do with an attitude base, something to do with skills and knowledge, and then some ways to put them into action. So my attitude awareness action toolkit. And so for this particular Key Success Factor 1 playlist, there are actually 10 accompanying exercises. So pretty heavy, but I know that you can get through it. And I know, and the reason why it's good to have this in an online format that you can do in the privacy of your own home and not in a classroom setting. You could never do this type of detailed thinking or exploring if you knew that somebody was looking over your shoulder or sitting beside you in class. So I love the privacy aspect of being able to do this all online. So let's talk a little bit about Key Success Factor 2 and your authentic mindset. So as you continue on your quest to identify your most marketable career traits, you need to be really true to who you are and how you like to work. So in the authentic mindset, it's where you're going to explore a little bit more about the way you like to do things that you like to do, and we're going to start to the way that you want to live, the things you like to do, and then look for a career direction that suits that rather than the other way around. So this playlist, Your Authentic Mindset, solves the problem that I have a vision for what success looks like in my life, but in that vision, I'm not clear what my career looks like. And so the objective of Key Success Factor 2 is to explore in greater depth your uniqueness and the way that you like to work so that you can be the best at whatever you do. It's really important. Again, I want you to remember in all the playlists that we go through that the asset that we're building is you. You are the asset going through this journey, and your career is your business. Now, I want to make sure that the gifts that you have to give to the world get explored authentically. You really feel true. It's true to who you are. And again, we'll do this through the done for you templates and the exercises that I know that work. In this particular playlist, Key Success Factor 2, there are 4 videos, and the videos will range from 3 minutes to 15 minutes each. Some of the topics that you will cover are authenticity, how to be the best that you can be. You'll be making a list of things that you like to do, and that sounds like a very basic exercise, and it is pretty basic, but I'm going to coach you through the steps of how to do that. I actually share a bonus in this particular playlist where I share my own career fit story, and I only do that for you to understand how the simplicity of this exercise works. That's really what I want to demonstrate with that career fit story that I share with you. In these playlists, you're also going to be discovering and acknowledging your unique brilliance. There's an exercise to help you with that. And then there's a great values exercise. So you're going to want to print these exercises. A lot of them require more than a journal. Probably best if you start a binder and print these exercises off so that you've got the actual exercises to write on. And things like this values exercise, it's a checklist and chart that you're going to go through and then add things up. So for most of these exercises, you're going to want to be printing them off and keeping track of them in a binder. And it's absolutely an awesome tool by the end to see how your whole life is just kind of unfolded in front of your eyes, and the clarity that you'll get from this is absolutely amazing. I'm excited for you. So again, in this playlist, there's that Attitude Awareness Action Toolkit. So this playlist just has 3 accompanying exercises. They're short, and then you're also, with each playlist, there's an AHA sheet. I call it AHA, and it's for your self-discovery notes. So you're going to be making notes and things that help to bring you clarity that made sense to you, things that you think you can use right away, maybe something that's new that you've never thought about before. All those things are going to come through in that AHA sheet. So again, if you do that for every playlist, you're going to come up with some really great findings by the end of all of this. Again, I just want to remind you, if you got any questions in the chat, happy to follow along and answer any questions at the end of the session for you. So holding you accountable going forward. It's really important that you join me every Wednesday. I think that's important that you join me every Wednesday at 1 o'clock so that we can stay on track. So this week you want to cover off Key Success Factor 1 and Key Success Factor 2. You should have already received the email broadcast about Key Success Factor 1. Likely tomorrow, the day after this video, is when you'll receive more information about Key Success Factor 2 in an email broadcast from me. Next week, we're going to cover off Key Success Factor 3. So stay on track with me every week, and it'll keep you motivated to keep you going through this process. If you have to miss one of the weeks, as long as you've registered for one of these once, you're going to get the replay, the video replay link automatically sent to you. So you can always follow up and watch afterwards. So another thing you can do to hold you accountable is tell one person that you've officially started a career success program for graduates. And if you like, include what your goal is by the end of the program. Now, you don't always have to share your goal with someone publicly, but I do want you, in your own head, maybe write down on a piece of paper, what is your goal by the end of this program? At the end of 30 days, what do you want to get out of this? Important for you to know that as you start. But if you do tell one other person that you've officially started, you don't have to tell them it's Key Success Factors for Graduates, or you don't have to know the title of the entire program to tell them, but just tell them that you've started a career success program for graduates. You've started a career success program for graduates. And if you tell one other person that you're doing that in the next 30 days, it'll help to hold you more accountable. And heck, if you're willing and you want to send it out to the public, tell people on Facebook and Twitter that you've started a career success program for graduates or a Key Success Factors for Graduates program. I don't want you to keep me a secret. You're welcome to share. So you're already enrolled. You're going to go to the ebizcoach.ca website. You've got your own member login. It's your private login. At the top tabs there, you're going to see the login area. This is what the login page looks like. You have your username and password. If for some reason you've forgotten your password, you can't find that original email, there is a forgot your password link where you just put in your email and we'll automatically send you what your username and password is. So I'd like you to get right at that. If you haven't already joined us in the Key Success Factors for Graduates program, there is a special introductory offer that I'm running right now for $497. And I would love for you to join us in this next 30 days and get right on board. The regular price of this program is $11.97. And let me tell you why even the regular price is such a great price. Is that my goal for you going through this program is not just only to give you better career direction, but because of that better career direction, you're also going to start at a higher salary. And you're going to do that because you're going to attract the right employer. When you attract the right employer, you've got clear direction on where your career is going. It's almost natural that you're going to be in a better position to be in a higher starting salary. So my goal is that you can recover the cost of this program at $11.97 10 times. So my goal is that you would make, $10 to $12 to $15,000 more as a starting salary because of the confidence that you get going through a program like this. This is something different than anything else that's on the market. It was actually one of the largest universities in Canada that came to me and asked me for one of their business programs to develop this for their students who were graduating. And I've been happy to do that. I've worked with these same kinds of students for the last 15 years. I understand the career transition that we go through, and I know how much going through this success mindset, money mindset makes a difference to you starting out your career and attracting the right kind of network that's going to help you find the right job, to attract the right kind of employers, and all that's going to come to fruition by taking this program. And if you can start your starting salary $10 to $12 to $15,000 more a year than you would without something like this, imagine the compounding effect that has over your lifetime. Imagine the benefit that you will gain financially by having started at a better place. And that's all I'm asking for you to do. So it's a bargain at $11.97. I do have a special introductory price of $497. I don't know how long that introductory offer is going to last at this particular point. So if you're wanting to get on board, the sooner you get on board, the sooner you're going to get that great full-time job. So please join us in this program. The registration link is there just till the end of this session. You can get instant access to more information and the registration. You can also go at any time to keysuccessfactorsforgraduates.com. So having said that, I'm looking forward to chatting with you again next week for next week's class. It'll be next Wednesday. Our topic will be Key Success Factor 3, and it will be all about money mindset and more about you. So cheers. We'll talk to you next week on Wednesday. Bye for now.